A very good evening everyone. Welcome to IAS with Arihant. And student, as you know, every day at 9 p.m. we are discussing about Indian polity. So this session is going to be beneficial those who are preparing for UPSC examination as well as state PSC examination. And we are going to discuss basically a book named as, this is published by Arihant. And this book series is called as Prelims Possible, and it is available for other subject also. In this class, we are going to discuss about this book, chapters as well as topic. And today's topic is fundamental right. Okay, and we'll discuss the MCQs. But as you know, students, this book is going to play a very important role in your preparation. So I recommend you one thing: just go with the book, because this book contains 100% error-free detailed explanation. There's a knowledge plus with the typical questions, PYQ bullets for revision, along with student there's a free package chapter test also. And this book is available in other language, means in Hindi also, as well as this book is available for other subject also. So in the yesterday's class we discussed about what is fundamental right, how it was originated, and to whom it is available. Okay, and we already discussed that there is a 6 fundamental right, but initially we have how many fundamental right? Initially we have 7 fundamental right, but one fundamental right named as a right to property is removed, and it is basically included under Article 300 Clause A, Part 12 of Indian Constitution. So that became a legal right. It was not basically right to property is no more fundamental right. It is a legal right, students. So we have 6 fundamental right, and as you know, students, Part 3 of Indian Constitution is basically mentioning about the fundamental right. Article will start from Article 12 to 35. So there's a 6 fundamental right. Okay, in Article 12 basically there is a definition of state. Okay, so they are mentioning to whom you will seek the fundamental right and who will try to make your fundamental right available to you. Okay, and then Article 13 is basically mentioning about the judicial review. Okay, so see here means basically I'm mentioning it is judicial review because here the Supreme Court has right, okay, or courts has right to check whether any laws that was existing before the implementation of Constitution or it is made after the implementation of Constitution, if it is inconsistent with your fundamental right, in that case your fundamental means that law is going to be void. Okay, so this is one thing. And from Article 14 basically this fundamental right is going to be started. So there is a 6 fundamental right. One is called as a right to equality. Okay, so the article for right to equality will start from Article 14 and it is ranging between up to Article 18, students. Then we have right to freedom. Okay, and this article will start from Article 19 and it will be up to the Article 22. And then we have another right, that is a right against exploitation. Okay, so exploitation is also basically considered as it is going to be a part that forbid, that is going to hide your personality development. Okay, and what is fundamental right? It is a freedom that basically assists your personality development in the term of physical, mental and spiritual development. So right against exploitation, it is mentioned under Article 23 to 24, students. And then we have right, that is right to freedom of religion, students. So we have freedom of religion, means we can follow any religion. And as you know, students, we are a secular country, so state do not have any specific religion, students. Okay, so every religion will be equal in the eyes of basically this constitution, students. Okay, and then we have another 5th right, that is a right to cultural and educational minorities. Okay, so right of the cultural and educational students, basically it is up for the Article 29 and 30. And then we have another right that is called as right to basically it is simply you can say it is called as heart and soul of Indian Constitution. It is simply called as constitutional remedies. Okay, or you can say basically to protect means right to save our fundamental right in the simple format, students. And there's only one article, article 32, students. Okay, so we are going to discuss each and every fundamental right systematically, but first we'll start with the right to equality, article 14 to 18, students. If you feel doubt, I told you multiple times, you all are free to ask anything in between the class also. Along with that, students, let's suppose you watching this session in recorded format, then definitely you write the same doubt in your comment box. Whenever we check, we will try to reply you with the your question. Okay, so now we are going to start with the same, students. So right to equality, it is mentioned under article 14 to 18, and article 14 is about the equality before law and equal protection of law. Means basically this is mentioning about the rule of law. Everyone will be equal in the eyes of law, and basically law is going to protect everyone. But students, what you find, it is applicable to everyone, and students see there are some exception. Okay, so exception is also there, and these exceptions are basically President of India, so see, as well as governor. Okay, so these are the exception. Along with that, students, some embassies person also, they are getting the exception. Means if they are going to commit some crime, in that case still they are seated on the position, on the post, they are not going to be charged. Okay, so this is one thing. Otherwise everyone will be equal in the eyes of rule, students, in the eyes of laws. Okay, now see the next thing, that is article number 15. It is mentioning about the prohibition of discrimination on the ground of, on the only ground of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. So it means that no person is going to be discriminated only on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, students. So everyone will be treated equally, but this right is not applicable to foreigners. They are going to be discriminated, so it is applicable to only citizens, students. As well as article 16 also is applicable to citizens. Student, what you find, basically this all articles which is included between 14 to 18, it is try to make the equality among the society. Okay, then we have article 16, students, equality of opportunity in the matter of public employment. Means whenever there is a vacancy, everyone is going to be equally treated, but there is a condition. If someone is backward, someone is forward, so there will be some discrimination, but that there is a concept, students, equal will be treated equally. Okay, along with that, students, the basically right to equality is here basically to make everyone equal. Okay, it is doesn't means that everyone will be treated equally, equal will be treated equally, students. Okay, then we have article 17, that is applicable to private institution also, as well as the government institution, or you can say that state. So here, abolition of untouchability. Okay, so untouchability is included here, and students, any type of untouchability is not going to be take care, and if someone doing this, he or she is going to be punished. Okay, so see, but let's suppose there are some exceptions also. Let's suppose you are discriminating someone, or you are doing some untouchability work in a medical condition. Let's suppose someone is COVID positive. In that case, you are saying, okay, I'm not going to means you are using your hanky to basically mask as a mask. So in that case, you are not doing means untouchability. Okay, but let's suppose on the basis of someone's caste, on the basis of someone's gender, you are doing this, it means that you are doing untouchability. Okay, so practices considered as the untouchability, these are preventing from entering places or public worship. Okay, so you'll find, students, if still there is many places and many time in news, people are means doing discrimination against some community, against some basically caste, sex, and basically on the basis of race. Okay, they are not allowed to enter into the temples. Okay, so this is what, this is untouchability. So these type of things will be prevented here. Okay, if someone justifying untouchability, it is also a untouchability activity. Denying entering into the shop, hotels or public well, these things, or insulting scheduled caste, scheduled tribe or other backward class. Refusing to admit in hospital, hotels or other places. Okay, and then we have Article 18, to make everyone equal. It says that no one will use titles, hereditary titles, very important. No one will use hereditary titles like Rai Bahadur, Zang Bahadur, Rai Zada. These will be the titles that was given by Britishers or some kingdom. Okay, so you are not going to use the same. And but let's suppose someone's name is Raja, so it will be not considered as the basically title. He is Raja, his name is Raja. But let's suppose I'm giving a title to you, ki now you will be called as Mohit Maharaj. So Maharaj is title, so you can't use it. Okay, so this is very important. But students, there are some exceptions like military and academic title. Let's suppose someone in military, so he or she will use lieutenant, okay, general, colonel. So these titles they can use. Along with that, student, let's suppose someone doing MBBS or someone did PhD. In that case, he or she can use this title doctor, or means if someone is engineer, then he or she can use as engineer, means engineer in the front of their name. Okay, but one very important thing is, students, in 1996 there was a case. See students, Bharat Ratna, Padam Shri, these all are the titles. Okay, and basically it is mentioned under Article 18 only. You can't use as a suffix or prefix. These are the titles, but it is not the hereditary titles. Okay, but you can't use as a suffix or prefix in your front of your name or in the last of your name. I hope you all getting it. So now we are going to start with the MCQs, and if you feel any doubt and difficulties, students, you all are free to ask any question. So we have first question here, and just see it carefully, and you have to opt the right answer for the same. Okay everyone, so a right to equality is given by whom? Okay, means right to equality, okay, is given by, it was in UPPSC 2009. And if you see the statement, so A means basically 1, Article 13, Article 14, Article 15, Article 16, and on the basis of that, students, you have to choose the right code. So A contain only 1 and 2, B contain 1, 2, 3, C contain 2, 3, 4, and D contain all of these. Students, I want everyone must participate in the comment box. Okay, so if you see, students, right to equality, so right to equality article will range between Article 14 to 18. So it means that this Article 2, Statement 2, Statement 3 and Statement 4 is correct, but Statement 1 is not correct. As you know, students, Statement 13, Statement 1, Article 13 is mentioning about the, basically if any law that is existing before the implementation of Constitution, or it was implemented after the implementation of Constitution, in that case, if it is inconsistent with the fundamental right, then this law is going to be void. Now, here a concept arises, a judicial review concept that we derive from the USA. So here Supreme Court or other courts, they can recheck, they can check the law. Okay, so that is judicial review, students. So if you see option C is going to be right for the same student, as 2, 3, 4 statements, they are in between the Article 14 to 18. Article 13 is not the part of the equality. Okay, so I hope you all able to understand it. Now we are going to see this explanation, that is, as I told you, students, basically this book contains a very beautiful explanation, and we are going to discuss here. If you see answer C, a right to equality is given by Article 14, 15 and 16. Article 14 assured equality before law and equal protection of law within the India or within the territory, students. If you move further, we have Article 15 that is mentioning about the prohibition of discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Okay, place of birth. It ensure equal access to public space and prohibit discrimination in educational institution. Article 16 guarantee equality of opportunity in matter of public employment, preserving or preventing preventing the discrimination in recruitment based on caste, sex, religion, place of birth or descent. Okay, so these articles collectively uphold the principle of equality and justice for all, means everyone is going to be treated equally. Okay, so this are some important data. I already given you what are the exception in that case, students. So exception is also important. You have to take care for that also. Now see the question number 2. So in the Indian Constitution, the right to equality is guaranteed by 5 articles. These are, or they are, Article 16 to 20, 15 to 19, 14 to 18 or 13 to 17. So as already students we discussed from Article 14 to Article 18, that is the part of the right to equality, students. Okay, so this is included under the right to equality. Okay, so this is very important. Now just see the this explanation. Article 14 to 18 provided for right to equality. These are fundamental right and are mentioned in part 3 of the Constitution. Article 14 provides for equality before law. Article 15 provides for the prohibition of the discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Article 16 provides for the equality of opportunity in a matter of public employment. Article 17 provides for the abolition of untouchability and prohibit its practices in any form. Okay, Article 18 is mentioning about the abolition of title. There will be exception, that is military and academic title, students. We already discussed about the same. Now just see the third question, and this was in Nagaland PSC as well as in the Chhattisgarh PSC, and read the question. Okay, which of the following articles of Indian Constitution advocates equality before law? So which of the following is mentioning about the equality before law? Okay, Article 14, 18 or 21 or none of the above. Just stop the right answer. If you see, students, Article 18 is about the abolition of titles. Okay, Article 21 is about the freedom of life and personal liberties. Freedom of life and personal liberties. Article 14 is mentioning about equality before law and equal protection of law, students. So if you see, statement A is going to be right for the same. Now just see the explanation part here. Article 14 of Indian Constitution advocates equality before law. According to this article, the state shall not deny any person's equality before law or the equal protection of law within the territory of India. But as I told you, students, there are few exceptions. They are not going to be treated equally, like president, like governors of state till the time, means they are on the position, and students, basically the counselors, or you can say the high commissioners or the embassies person, okay, or ambassadors in the Indian this embassies. Okay, now see the fourth question, another very important question. Now a legislation which confers on the executive or administrative authority an unguided and uncontrolled discretionary power in the matter of application of law violates which one of the following article of the Constitution of India? Okay, so basically it is to control the state activity. Okay, and here you have to read it once again. It was in UPSC IAS pre 2021. So if you see the statement, the content are very easy. Okay, the statement, but once you read at that time, within 2 hours you have to do 100 questions. So how your brain is working, how your brain is tackling that situation, because you have very less time and you have to do more and more questions. Now I always say one thing: whenever you enter in the examination hall, just try to calm down yourself. See, this examination is not to check your knowledge. Yes, it is required, but this examination is also to check how you are responding in the tough condition. Okay, so once you learn how to respond, then definitely the things is going to be easy for you. Okay, getting it? So a legislation which confers on the executive administrative authority an unguided and uncontrolled discretionary power in the matter of the application of law violates which one of the following article of Indian Constitution, students? So basically it is about the equality. So it is article number 14, equality before law, because it is for everyone, and if some law that is taking away the fundamental right, then it is going to be void, students. So legislation which confer on the executive or administrative authority of unguided and uncontrolled discretionary power in the matter of the application of law violates in article 14 of the Indian Constitution, students. Article 14 of Indian Constitution says that state shall not deny to any person equality before law or equal protection of law within the territory of India. And students, here you will get the knowledge plus data also. So as we already told you, okay, this book contains a very specific and unique explanation. Along with that, students, is a knowledge plus, and you will get concept here. So what does it mean, students? So absence of arbitrary power. Okay, means no one is going to compel. So there will be a citizen who is going to be the more powerful here because of the fundamental right controlling the basically executive body, or as you can say, the students' state activity. So it is creating limitation on the state. Okay. Now see the next thing: equality before law, that is equal subjection of all citizens to the ordinary law of land. The Constitution is the result of the right of the individual, and first and the second element are applicable to India. It means that equality before law under article 14 denotes that the absence of arbitrary power with the authorities when a legislation conferred controlled discretionary power on any authority, it tend to violate the article 14 of the Constitution. So it is not giving discretionary power, means it is not giving freedom to the law making body कि they can do anything. So there is a limitation on them, so they are controlled. Okay everyone, now see the next question, that is question number 5, and it was in Manipur PSC 2014. So prohibition of discrimination on the ground of religion, etc. Article 15 of the Constitution of India is a fundamental right basically classified under what? So you have some option and you have to opt the right answer, students. Okay, just opt the right answer for the same. Just opt the right answer for the same, students. Okay, so what you find here, basically article 15 is range between article 14 to 18. Okay, so right to freedom of religion, right against exploitation, cultural and educational rights, as well as equality, right to equality. So freedom of religion will start from 25 to 28. Right against exploitation will be 23 and 24. Cultural and educational right for the minorities, and for their they given basically article 30 is mentioning about they can create any educational institution and they can administer them. Along with that, students' right to equality will range between the article 14 to 18. So automatically they are mentioning about article 15 is under article, means it is under the right to equality, students. So option D is going to be right for the same, students, and we just made explanation also here, and this explanation is going to help in the basically building your concept. Okay, so answer D, prohibition of discrimination on the ground of religion, comes under right to equality and is a basic feature of Indian Constitution. Article 15 also provide that no citizen shall be subjected to any basically disability, liability, restriction or condition on the ground of religion students. So this provision prohibits discrimination both by state as well as by the private individual. So no one is going to be discriminated on the basis of ground of basically on the basis of this grounds are basically religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth students. Now see the sixth question. It was in Uttarakhand PSC, it was in Manipur PSC. So reservation in favor of socially and educationally backward class is provided under which of the following article students? So reservation to socially and educationally backward class, it is under Article 15, under Article 15 clause 4, under Article 16 or none of the above students. So what you find now, there is a condition for EWS also. So EWS, those who are economically backward, they are also included under the same article as a new subclause. Just opt the right answer for the same. What you find, students, if you see, means I just added some data for you. So first I will explain that, and after that we go for the option once again. So what you find at Article 15 of Indian Constitution, it states that state shall not discriminate any citizen against any citizen on the ground only of. So discrimination can be done, but additional reason you need to add, only on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth, or any of them, students. What you find, once you see there is a multiple state who whenever they are conducting examinations, so they are saying ki means you must know the language. Let's suppose you are going to participate in West Bengal PSC, so they will say you must know Bangla, and let's suppose you're going to give examination in Maharashtra, then you need to know the Marathi. So in that case, students, so they are discriminating, they are doing discrimination, but not on the basis of place of birth. They are doing discrimination on the basis of language. Okay, so this is one thing. So it is Article 15 clause 1. Article 15 clause 2 says that no citizen shall, on the ground of only religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth, subjected to any disability, liability, restriction or condition with regard to, okay, access to shop, public restaurant, hotels, place of public entertainment. So no one is going to stop you. Okay, and then use of well, tank and bathing guard. This was the very important statement, and it is asked by examination multiple times in the different state students. What you see, basically there is a use of well, tanks, bathing guard, road and place of public resort maintained wholly or partially by partially out of the state fund and dedicated to the use of the general public students. So there's a Article 15 clause 3 also. Nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making any special provision for women and children. This is mentioned under Article 15 clause 3, and this is also a question for your examination. Then we have Article 15 clause 4. It is mentioning about nothing in this article in clause 2 of the Article 29 shall prevent state from making any special provision for advancement of any socially and educationally backward class of citizen or for scheduled caste or scheduled tribe students. So basically this is for the promotion of those who are backward. And then we have clause 5. Okay, so in this article or in this sub clause G of clause 1 of Article 19 shall prevent the state from making any special provision by law for advancement of any socially and educationally backward class of citizens for the scheduled caste or the scheduled tribe insofar such as provision related to their admission to educational institution, including private educational institution, whether they aided or unaided by state or other than minority educational institution referred in the clause 1 of the clause 30 of Indian Constitution. So see, this is very important. You need to see how it is included here. So what you find, what they're asking. So basically, reservation in favor of socially and educationally backward community, it is mentioned under Article 15 Clause 4 students. So option A is going to be right for the same, and we added here explanation also. So if you see, the reservation in favor of socially and educationally backward class is provided under Article 15 Clause 4 students. So as Article 15 about the prohibition of discrimination only on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth, Section 4 of this article has provision that nothing shall prevent the state from making any special provision for the advancement of any socially and educationally backward classes of citizens or for the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe students. Okay, so Article 15 Clause 4 is considered as the protective discrimination, but it should reasonable and consistent with the ultimate public interest in students. I hope you understand it. So Article 15 we discuss their clauses also, and you will see these type of question in your examination also. Now see the 7th question. Under which article of the Indian Constitution reservation in admission to educational institution including private and unaided to OBC, SC, ST is made students? So Article 15 Clause 4, Article 15 Clause 5, 16 Clause 4 and 16 Clause 5 students. So this is another important data that you need to know. I hope you all able to understand students. Anybody have any doubt? So means we can say that you all able to understand questions. Okay, so there's a SC and ST, so it is implemented on private as well as the means government institution, along with that added and unaided by state both. So as we already discussed, Article 15 Clause 5, it is for the same students. Now see the explanation here. Under Article 15 Clause 5, reservation in admission to educational institution including private and unaided colleges or schools to OBC, SC or ST is made. Article 15 Clause 5 of the Constitution of India state that nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making any special provision by law for advancement of any socially and educationally backward class of citizen or for the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, insofar as such special provision related to their admission to educational institution including private educational institution, whether added or unaided by the state, other than minority education, which is referred under the clause 1 of the Article 30 students. So we will discuss about that also. I hope you all able to understand. Now just move to the next question, and this was in UPPSC mains 2009. Which of the following article of Indian Constitution guarantees equality of opportunity to all the citizens of India in matter of public employment? So where it is mentioned that students, now you all know that this is mentioned under Article 16 of Indian Constitution, but they added some clauses. So article of Indian Constitution guarantees equality of opportunity to all citizens in matter of public employment. So what you find students, this is Article 16 Clause 1 and Clause 2. It is mentioning about the same. Okay, so I'm going to state, means I will give you the explanation for the other also. Article 16 Clause 1 and Subclause 2 of Indian Constitution guarantees equality of opportunity to all citizens of India in matter related to the public employment. Article 16 Clause 1 of the Indian Constitution provide for equality of opportunity for all citizens in the matter of public employment or appointment to any public office. Here are provisions for reservation in appointment or posts for any backward class that is not adequately represented in the state service students. Article 16 Clause 2 is here, state that no citizen shall, on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, descent, place of birth, resident or any of them, ineligible for discriminated against in respect of any employment or office under the state. So that's why they are using different type of clauses, language. Okay, so to discriminate, to make to basically they're using a filter to separate out the people who is belonging to that state. Students, I hope you all getting it. Now just move to the next question. This question number 9. What is meant by rule of law? Rule of law means, rule of law is what? Where everyone will be considered equal. Everyone will be considered equal in the eyes of law. So now you have to see the statement, and this was in UPPSC, Bihar PSC pre 2020 also. So statement A says that one act for all and one judiciary for all. Okay. B says that one act for all, one state for all. One state for all and one judiciary for all. All acts for one and one judiciary for all. Okay, so none of the above or more than above. So you have to choose this very, very carefully. Student, let's suppose any law that is applicable to everyone. Okay, and if someone going to deny that, okay, then means if it's someone going to surpass that, someone going to break that law, in that case they will go for the judiciary. So what you find, students, so this judiciary is going to treat everyone equally, and this law what is implemented by legislative authority or executive body, that must be followed by everyone. Okay, so one act for all and one judiciary for all, students. So statement A is right for this A. So rule of law means one act for all and one judiciary for all. All laws apply equally to all citizens of the country, and no one is above the law. Everyone will be treated equally. Every citizen of country has right to approach courts in case laws are violated. Similarly, every citizen can also be punished for violating law, students. So equality before law in Indian Constitution is essential element of the doctrine of rule of law, students. Okay, so see, the questions are easy, explanation are in very detailed format. So this is not going to only help in prelims examination, this is going to help in your mains examination too. So now switch to the move to the next question, and it was in Haryana PSC as well as Assam PSC. So which of the following article of Indian Constitution enable the state to make provision for a reservation in public employment? So reservation in public employment in favor of backward class students. So we already discussed about the Article 50, okay, as well as we have to see about the Article 16 too. Okay, so just choose the right answer, and for that purpose you need to know the clauses. So Article 16 clause 4 is here. We already discussed about the two clauses. Okay, now I'm just going to give you explanation from the same data that we have. Okay, so Article 16 clause 4 enables the state to make provision for a reservation in public employment in favor of backward class students, in the favor of backward class. Okay, so what you find, Article 16 pertain to equality of opportunity in matter of public employment. Article 16 clause 4 state that nothing in these articles shall be prevented or prevent the state for making any provision for the reservation of appointment or post in favor of any backward class of citizens which in the opinion of the state is not adequately represented in the service under the state students. So basically that's why they're giving reservation. That's why women reservation is also arises. So as you know, students, women are means very less representing, okay, in the different offices and services. So that's why they are also encouraged to be the part of the same, and reservation concept is also arises for the women also. Okay, now see the next question. It was in Maharashtra PSC 2012. Consider the following statement regarding Article 16 of the Indian Constitution and choose the correct answer. So clause 4A inserted by 77th Constitutional Amendment Act. Clause 4A is about the reservation in matter of promotion. Clause 4A is about the reservation in promotion in favor of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and other backward class students. So what is going to be right answer for the same? Okay, just choose the right answer. Okay, so you have to see it. Okay, so what you find, Article 16 Clause 4 Clause A was added by 77th Constitutional Amendment Act. This is very correct. And Article 16 Clause 4 is about the reservation in matter of promotion, and it is for any caste. For any caste. Not for the scheduled caste, not for the scheduled tribe, not for the backward class. So what you find, students, this is basically statement 1 and 2 is correct. Okay, and what you see here, clause 4 is about the reservation in promotion in the favor of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and backward class. So it is for every caste. So 3 is incorrect, and here we just added explanation in very detailed format. That's why I'm telling you this session is going to give you the concepts. Okay, so here you see the statement 1 and 2 are correct about the Article 16 of Indian Constitution. 77th Amendment Act added section or clause 4 to the Article 16, which state that state can make any provision for reservation in matter of promotion to any class or classes of in the post service under the state students. Statement 3 says that it is incorrect because this section is about the reservation in promotion. Okay, so in favor of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe who are not adequately present. So it is not mentioning about the reservation to OBC in promotion. Okay, so this is important, students. So there are lots of cases where Supreme Court given their judgment. So I just added here. If you see Article 16 Clause 4, so nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making any provision for reservation in matter of promotion. Okay, with consequently seniority or any class or classes of post in services under the state in the favor of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, which in the opinion of a state is not adequately represented under the service students. So this was added by 77th Constitutional Amendment Act 1995. So just try to remember, and this is Article 16, students. Just have a screenshot, okay, and just read it carefully. Okay, why I'm saying this? Because this is needed. Okay, everyone, now we are moving to the next question, that is question number 12, and it was in Madhya Pradesh PSC 2022, a very recent question paper. Article 17 of Indian Constitution deals with what? Education, health or abolition of untouchability and food guarantee students. So as you know, Article 17 is connected with the abolition of untouchability. So untouchability in any sense, in any kind of untouchability is not going to be allowed. Okay, so we already discussed abolition of untouchability is included under Article 17 of Indian Constitution, and basically it forbid any type of practice as well as it abolished any type of untouchability activities, students. Okay, now see the next question. Question number 13 of the Indian Constitution, question number 13 of the series, students. Which one of the following categories of fundamental right incorporate protection against untouchabilities as a form of discrimination? So this was in UPSC 2020. Okay, so which of the following categories of fundamental right incorporates protection against untouchability as a form of discrimination? Protection against untouchability. So right against exploitation, right to freedom, right to constitutional remedies, and right to equality, students. So protection against untouchability, it means that Article 17 of Indian Constitution. So what type of concept it contains? So basically it is under the right to equality, students. Okay, getting it? So this is very simple. Okay, and you have to choose in the same manner, students. Okay, getting it? Now we're moving further. Okay, and we'll see the explanation also. So right to equality incorporates protection against untouchability as a form of discrimination. Right to equality is mentioned under Article 14 to 18. Article 15 is about the prohibition of discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. Article 16 is guaranteed about guarantee equality to opportunity in the matter of public employment. 17 abolish untouchability, and Article 18 abolish the title students. Or knowledge plus is here. So right to equality provide for the equal treatment of everyone before the rule of law or before the law. Okay, so it prevents discrimination on the various ground, treat everybody as a equal in the matter of public employment, and abolish untouchability and title students. Getting it? Now just move to the next question. In which of the following article of Indian Constitution abolition of untouchability? Abolition of untouchability. Sorry students, there was a camera issue, so I just restarted once again here, and I will read this question once again, and just you have to opt the right answer for the same. So in which of the following article of Indian Constitution the abolition of untouchability has been guaranteed? So as you know students, untouchability is a sin, as well as it is applicable to private as well as the government authorities. And as you know, Article 14 is about the right to equality. Okay, equality before law and equal protection of law. Article 15 is mentioning about the basically protection against protection against the discrimination on the basis of caste, sex, religion, creed, and place of birth. Article 16 is about the it is mentioning here there's a reservation. Okay, so equal opportunity in the matter of public employment. And Article 17 about the untouchability. So if you see the right answer, basically option D is going to be right for the same, and this question was in multiple examination. If you see here, statement D is right for the same students, and here explanation part is also included. So untouchability has been abolished under Article 17 of Indian Constitution. However, the term untouchability has not been defined either in the Constitution of Act. Article 17 abolishes untouchability and forbid its practices in any form. So the enforcement of any disabilities arising out of untouchability shall be an offence punishable in accordance with the law. So a person convicted for the offence of untouchability, he or she cannot participate in the election of member of parliament or state legislature students. Now see the next question, and this was in Tripura PSC 2017. So question number 15 says that the government of India instituted Bharat Ratna and Padma Shri award under. So Article 14, Article 18, Article 25 or Article 32. So if we talk about Bharat Ratna and Padma Shri, okay, I think we left with the question number 16, but it's okay. We will do it once again. It doesn't matter. Okay, just see it. So as you know students, basically we already discussed in a question ki Article 18 clause 1 is mentioning about the Bharat Ratna and Padma Shri or any award that can be award, and it will not means it is a title. Basically it is not used as a suffix or prefix. So it is clearly mentioned that hereditary title will be not used. Okay, so the government of India initiated Bharat Ratna and Padma Shri award under Article 18 of Indian Constitution. And what you see students, Article 18 of Indian Constitution provide for the abolition of titles except military and academic. In 1996, Supreme Court says that basically National Award Bharat Ratna Padma Shri, it ruled that these awards do not amount to titles within the meaning of Article 18 that prohibits only hereditary title of nobility. However, these awards should not be used as a suffix or prefix to the name of awardees students. Okay, now see the question number 16, and see it is Haryana, it was in Haryana PSC as well as it is repeated 2 times. So consider the following statement, Article 18 of Indian Constitution. A says that, means first statement says that any citizen of India can take any title from foreign state students. So is Indian are allowed to take any foreign title, okay, without informing the government of India. Second says that in the Balaji Raghavan case 1996, the Supreme Court announced that Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri is a title, but these award violate right to equality. So as I told you already students, basically these awards not violating a right to equality, as well as the government of India also means there is a provision, means a person cannot take, okay, any title from the foreign country student. So what you find, if you see the statement, both statement is incorrect, so we will go with the option D, that is none of the above. So none of the given statement is correct. Statement 1 is incorrect because Article 18 of the Constitution of India abolishes title. It's prohibit basically it's prohibits citizen of India from accepting any title from the foreign state. And statement 2 says that it is incorrect because Balaji Raghavan, Government of India means versus Union of India, stated that national awards are not violating the equality of status guaranteed under the Constitution of India, and basically it came under the scope of Article 18 Clause 1 of Indian Constitution, students. Now see the next question, and question number 17, it was in UP examination. So which of the following articles read with the word socialist used in the preamble of Indian Constitution enabled the Supreme Court to deduce a fundamental right to equal pay for equal work? Student, which of the following provision of the equality before law or this word socialist included under the fundamental right? If you see equal pay for equal work is included under Article 39 of Indian Constitution. But there is one more provision, right to equality. As you know, students, in the right to equality there is means articles to make everyone equal. So what you find here, Article 14 is about the basically equality before law and equal protection of law. And here you see Article 16 is about the equal opportunity in the matter of public employment. So Article 14 and 16 bunch is going to be right for the same, means statement D is going to be right for the same. And I just added explanation also. Article 14 and 16 read with the word socialist used in the preamble of Indian Constitution enable the Supreme Court to deduce a fundamental right to equal pay for equal work. Article 14 says that no person shall be denied a treatment of equality before the law or equal protection of law within the territory of India. So this right is extended to all persons, whether citizens or foreigners, statutory corporation, companies, registered society, or any type of legal persons. Article 16 of Indian Constitution provides for equality of opportunity for all citizens in matter of public employment or appointment to the any offices, students. Okay. Now see the next question. It was in UPPSC Mains 2008. Which one of the following is not included in fundamental right to equality as enshrined in the Indian Constitution? Equality before law, social equality, equal opportunity, as well as economic equality, students. Equality before law is under Article 14, social equality under Article 17, as well as you can say 18, equal opportunity under Article basically 16 of Indian Constitution. Economic equality is also included now, basically for the economic weaker section, but this paper was in 2008, so according to that time this economic equality was not there. Okay, so this is also important. Now see, the phrase equality before law used in Article 14 of Indian Constitution has been borrowed from which of the following constitution of the world, students? So if you see here, so basically equality before law and equal protection of law, this concept is originated in Britain. So we derived this concept from the Britain, and it was in Bihar PSC 2023 question paper. So the phrase equality before law has been borrowed from Constitution of Britain, students, and this concept of equality before law is the British in origin and absence of any special privilege in favor of any person. So equal subjection of all person to ordinary law of the land administered by ordinary law court. No person, whether he is rich or poor, high or low, official or non-official, is above the law, students. Now see the question number 20. So given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and other is labeled as reason. So it was in UPPSC Mains 2016. Assertion is here: the state can treat unequal differently with the objective of creating basically creating a level playing field for in the social, economical and political sphere. And reason says that among equal, the law should be equal and equally administered. So select the correct answer from the code given below. So if you see, students, it says that basically state will treat it equally equal. So equal will be treated equally, and means it is for the better means law will be there, but equal will be treated equally. So that is for to give the level playing field for everyone. And along with that, students, reason is correct explanation for of this assertion. So if you see, both statement A means both statement are correct, and reason is the correct explanation of A, students. Okay, now you have to see this 21st question, and you have to match the following with the list 1 to list 2. Article 14, Article 15, 16 and 17. So now I'm reading just provision list, that is list 2. So states shall not discriminate against any citizen on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, birth. So as you know, it is mentioned under Article 15 of Indian Constitution. States shall not deny any person equality before law and equal protection of law. This is included under Article 14 of Indian Constitution. Untouchability is abolished and its practice in any form is forbidden. It is under Article 17 of Indian Constitution. And there shall be equality of opportunity for all citizens in matter relating to employment or appointment of any offices under the state, students. So this was under Article 16 of Indian Constitution. So if you match with the same, what you find, A 2, B 1, C 4 and D 3. So we will go with the quotes, and what you find, the statement means option C is going to be right for the same, and explanation is also there. Okay, so this is all about one topic. We will go for the next topic, okay, in the tomorrow's class. So right to freedom under Article 19 to 20, we will discuss from the same in the tomorrow's class, students. So this is all about the today's session, students. Thank you so much for joining and listening me.